All right, we are live. Look, I wanted to talk to you guys doing this live while I eat my dinner. And the reason I decided to do this, by the way, while I was eating dinner is because my dinner is an example. Um, I've got a lot of friends that, they want to be successful, they want to make more money, they want to be in better shape, they want to lose weight, they want to have better family relationships. They want all the things we all want, right? Everybody wants essentially the same things. And the thing that I find interesting is during the holidays, everybody just slacks off. They don't take care of themselves physically. They eat a lot of junk foods. People think you get sick because of the season. No, it's because people are eating like trash. They're just shoving garbage in their mouths all day and night through the holidays. Your immune system gets all jacked up and then you get sick because of the stuff that your body would normally be able to attack and fend off. It's compromised. It's not able to. And a lot of people's complaint is, well, it's the holidays. I want to spend time with my family. I want to just relax a little bit. Why am I working so hard if I can't take any time off? And, I just don't see it that way, man. I just don't. The way I see it is you should be able to do everything you want to do, but you have to be smart about it. So during the holidays, a lot of years, I actually get leaner during the holidays. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I'm on a diet, you guys. I can't eat anything, blah, blah, blah. I don't do extra cardio, none of that stuff. All it is I just radically simplify how I run my life during the holidays so that I have the extra time I need to put the energy I need into the things that are important. So, as an example, during the month of December, my breakfast every day is 9 eggs, 2 slices of cheddar cheese, some spinach with salt and pepper. My lunch is a steak. My dinner is a steak. And that's my whole plan. I'm like, this is easy. I don't have to think about what do I want? What should I eat? Does this fit into my macros? Is this going to make me sick? I don't have to think at all. It's just done. It's just simple. So the ticket when it comes to the holidays is not to just slack off. It's to simplify everything that you're doing that doesn't give you like a 10 out of 10 level of happiness or movement towards your goals. So like what a lot of people do is they're like, "Oh, I'm just going to take it easy this month." It's like, "Well, take it easy. That's fine. Take it easy in the sense that you're not making it hard on yourself to be able to hit your goals, but at the same time, don't just go off the rails." So I don't care that much about food. So I'm like, okay, what do I like that's healthy? I know I can eat whatever I want. I won't have to worry about it. Well, I can eat eggs every day. Never get sick and tired of eggs. Never get sick and tired of steak. Never get sick and tired of like just plain protein burgers with cheese. So my whole diet plan is like, these are the three things that I eat every day. I don't have to worry about it. When it comes to my work, I'm like, what are the things that are actually going to move the needle this month? My marketing agency, a few of our clients have some new projects they want to launch in January. So I told them, I said, hey, you guys are going to take a whole week off for the holidays, but we don't take a whole week off. So, what's the most important thing for you guys going into the new year? What do you want to be accomplishing? What do you want to be succeeding in? And they tell us, and I say, okay, great. That's what we're going to spend our time on. We're not going to spend our time on little projects that don't make sense, that don't make you guys more money. We're not going to really hyper focus on things that don't help you guys. We're just going to focus on this. And I've got a friend who hit me up. He's like, dude, it's crazy. Like I saw you lost 50 pounds. Like what did you do? And I told him, I said, I just made it easy. Instead of me trying to complicate it with macro calculators and calorie counting and all these other things, I literally was just like, I'm just gonna eat whole foods. I'm just gonna have eggs and meat and cheese and some veggies here and there, and I'll be okay. Rohit says, where are you from? Currently, I am actually in Mexico. I'm from the US originally, from Los Angeles. So For those of you guys that are ambitious, that you guys are like, I want to live well. I want to be in good health so that I have energy and I can be, doing the things that I enjoy. I want to make more money. Don't just slack off, just simplify. Just simplify. What are some things that you don't care about? Like when I eat food, I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm like, dude, this supports me physically to be able to do what I want to do. And the reverse is what most people do is they sacrifice the big picture for the immediate pleasure of, oh, I got some sweet candy or I got some pie or some cookies or this. So they're like, well, it makes me happy. It's like, yeah, but that's like 3 to 5 minutes, dude. Like 3 to 5 minutes. Who gives a fuck about 3 to 5 minutes? That's nothing, man. You're going to sacrifice the whole rest of your life for 3 to 5 minutes of pleasure? It's like having unprotected sex. Just use a condom, man. Be smart about what you're doing. Like, don't be doing stuff that you're like, oh, I'm happy for 3 to 5 minutes, but the whole rest of your life sucks. I've got a friend that they're always hitting me up. They're like, hey, man, we should go out. Like, I was thinking I'm going to go out to this concert. I'm going to go do this. I'm like, bro, are you rich yet? And he's like, oh, no, I'm working on it. I'm like, when are you working on it, man? You're going out to these concerts, you're going to the club, you're always going to stuff, doing things. Like, when do you even have time or energy to actually make progress? He's like, oh, don't worry, man. I got this locked down. I'm like, bro, you make 4 grand a month. Like, you're a long way from being rich, man. And it's a lot harder than it seems. If it was a lot easier, everybody would already be rich because it'd be easy. It's an easy thing. It's like everybody breathes. Why? Because it naturally happens. You don't have to work at it to be able to breathe. So, what I find works the best is take the month of December to literally just think a lot. Every Saturday, have an hour where you put your phone away, you just have a pen and a piece of paper, and you just write out. You write, hey, look, next year I'd really like to accomplish these things. And then think deeply on it. Think like, if I want to make an extra 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month or 50 grand a month, like what does that actually mean? What do I actually have to do to accomplish that? If you want to get in better shape, I can tell you guys, if you're really committed to a diet, you're really committed to eating clean, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and consistently going to the gym, if you're 40 or 50 pounds overweight, it's going to take about 6 months to get back in good shape. Now, that seems like a really long time ago, but you guys got to remember it's December right now. I remember June like it was yesterday. It seems like it was just summertime. It's already winter. So the time's going to pass regardless. You might as well get something out of that time passing that you want instead of getting what is convenient. And it's not that hard. Like you go to Walmart, dude, just go make a trip to Walmart just to look at people. You can see what happens to people who just let the time pass by. It's obvious, man. They're out of shape. There's people that are 40 years old. They're in the little motorized carts because they're so fat they can't walk. And it seems like, oh, like of course that happens to other people. Other people are stupid. Other people make errors and they do stupid things. It's like, no, dude, that person made the same mistake every day for years and didn't realize they were headed straight to hell as a result of that one thing. They just neglected it every day. It was just every day, oh, no big deal. I'm just going to have a Coke. A couple hours later, oh, 2 Cokes isn't going to kill me. 3 Cokes isn't going to kill me. And next thing you know, it's like they're having to take insulin. They can't walk. I've had a family member. He had to have 2 of his toes cut off because he was diabetic. He didn't realize he'd gotten a tack stuck under his foot. And what ended up happening was that it started to rot. They had to cut off his toes. And that guy, if you'd asked him, do you want to live well? Do you want to be healthy? Yeah, of course I want to be healthy. Do you want to be happy? Yeah, of course. Do you like having your toes? Of course I like having my toes. But every single day, he chose the immediate pleasure of just getting what he wanted right then and there. And this guy was born diabetic. He could have done everything in his power his whole life. Just build one good habit around taking care of yourself. What's up, Joseph? How are you? I'm eating dinner. I figured I would go live because this is something that I've talked to a lot of my friends and coworkers and a lot of my clients about is at the end of the year, the best thing you can do is simplify things so you have the extra time and energy to spend on the things that are most important. Like every weekend, are you taking your girlfriend or your boyfriend out on a date? When it comes to Christmas, did you prepare a couple months ago that you had enough money to buy people gifts? And like the thing that I found is you actually make more progress during the holidays when you do this than most people make during the rest of the year because they're all like, oh, we got to get this done so we can slack off at the end of the year. And one of my mentors is a guy named Jerome Maldonado. He's got a decent following on YouTube. He's got about 600 million in real estate that he manages. He's always like, I can't wait for the holidays because everybody's going to just slack off the last 6 weeks of the year. And we're just going to take 2 days off because there's only actually two holidays, right? It's Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's not 6 weeks of holidays back to back. And he gets excited. And one of the things I picked up from him early on is like going into October or November, he's already planning January, February, and March, and he's already starting to get people together. Yeah, Joseph or Jose Khan, I read your message, dude. I don't know why you're getting butthurt. I read it. I said hello. But it's not that hard. And in fact, here's a cool mindset trick you guys can use. Whatever it is that you want, like let's say you're like, hey, I really need to make more money next year. Like I really got to step my game up. Just start pretending every day it's easy before you even know how you're going to get the money. Just start saying this phrase to yourself every single day. Man, making money is so easy. Just say it over and over and over again because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what you say that's true and what you say that isn't true. It has no clue. It just accepts whatever information it's fed. This is why brainwashing and like, prisoner of war camps works. They just slowly over time reprogram people to believe certain things until that idea takes hold in those people's minds. But you don't have to go to a prisoner of war camp and be brainwashed. You could just do it to yourself in a good way. Every day you just say, oh, man, staying in shape is so easy. It's nuts, man. It's so crazy to me. So many people are out of shape. It's easy. It's like you just eat some eggs, you just eat a little meat, have some veggies. Like what could be easier than that? And all of it is just tied back to like what is that thing actually doing for you? When I eat food, I'm not thinking about, oh, is this the best meal I've ever tasted? Because I know once I eat the food, it's only going to do one thing. It's going to nourish my body and the rest is going to turn to shit and it's going to disappear. So why bother? Why put so much energy into thinking about whether or not it tastes amazing if I know that food is eventually just going to turn into shit and go down the drain? So for me, I'm like, look, is this nourishing my body? Is this giving me the energy I need to be productive? Is this giving me the energy I need to be the best I can be when I'm with my friends and family? Is this putting me in a spot that I can predict long term I'm likely not going to have a lot of problems like diabetes or cancer or other issues? Like if that's what's happening, who cares? Who cares? Sean, Sean, you're in Ireland? Oh my God, man, it's got to be like 2 o'clock in the morning there by now, like midnight, somewhere between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. You're a night owl, man. So by the way, I just want you guys to know, like a lot of what I'm telling you, like what I'm saying right now, this is not me just like blabbering because I'm bored. Like I've worked for the last 6 years with a guy named Ty Lopez, that like 99% of adults know. I've worked with this real estate guy that's worth $600 million. So like all the people that I've worked with, a lot of the time that I've worked with them, yeah, it's 12:30 in Ireland. Sean, you're a beast. Like a lot of the time that I've worked with these people, I've just spent it just looking. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, why are they doing that? Especially like when I don't know if you guys have ever worked with like really like financially successful people. They're all a little bit strange, in the sense that like they do things differently from everyone else. Like they're very precise about specific details. They're almost like OCD, a lot of them. And but they think through things like very strategically. They're like, does this make sense for us to prioritize? Does this make sense for us to even spend any time on at all? Is this going to get us where we're trying to go? And for life, like just living life, right? For us who are just trying to like have a fucking dope life. Like that's a good goal, right? Have a dope life that you don't go to bed thinking, I wish I didn't have this life. You just separate it out into like four things, right? You have to take care of your health, you have to take care of your family and build a family that you love and you enjoy, right? Like nobody wants to build a family and they're like, man, my kids suck, my wife's a nag, everything just sucks, right? Build a family that you love and enjoy. Take care of yourself financially and set yourself up that when you're older, 50s, 60s, 70s, you have enough excess capital that you don't have to be dependent on other people. And then put yourself in a position that like you feel fulfilled. Like one of the strongest motivators for human beings is called intrinsic motivation. So extrinsic motivation is like if I was talking to Sean here in Ireland, I'd say, hey Sean, if you do X, Y, and Z, I'll give you an extra $10,000. So that's extrinsic. But the most powerful motivator isn't extrinsic motivators. It's not offering people more money or more benefits. It's actually getting people in alignment with their actual goals and like what they want and what like makes them feel like they're doing something meaningful. And so Sean's like XYZ, give me the 10K, bro. But like the reality is you have to set your life up in a way where you can get all four of those things. And so on the health side, it's like the best way, just simplify. If your food only has one ingredient, it's probably healthy. Now, there's a lot of weird stuff around like, oh, vegetables are trying to kill you and fruit makes you fat. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people that only eat meat, veggies, and fruit, and they're usually in really good shape. I've found for myself, if I just stick with eggs, meat, cheese, like little bit of vegetables, I can stay in good shape eating 3,300 to 3,500 calories a day. And that's like a lot of food for most people. And so like you simplify your foods, you simplify your sleep. Like most people get awful sleep. I'm like, dude, be an adult. Like just be an adult. If it's 9 o'clock and you gotta be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you gotta put your ass in bed. Turn off your phone. Set timers that your phone is off. You can't even use it. So set up smart, simple things. I have a ton of reminders on my phone that they go off throughout the day. I need to check my calendar a lot because I get added to calendar invites just randomly, and people don't message me and say anything, just add me and expect me to like show up to these meetings. So I have reminders 3 times a day. Here are my 3 times that I got to check my calendar. I got a reminder to take my vitamins every day because I'm too stupid to remember. I get so busy, I'm like, dude, I can't even remember to take my fucking vitamins. ¿Cómo estás, Rosa? Are you in Mexico as well, Rosa? If you're in Mexico, you should say where. I'm in Morelia in Michoacan. So, on the finance side, by the way, this is actually the hardest one. The hardest part of finance is there are so many forces outside of your control. And so what happens is like somebody starts a business, like when I first started my marketing agency 9 years ago, I had this idea in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna make 10 grand a month. Give me 3 months, I'll be making 10 grand a month. In 3 months, I was making $1,200 a month. And I was like, dude, this sucks. And what I didn't know going into the business was you have to get to know people that want to buy your products and you have to understand what their problems are, and then you have to try to create solutions for those problems. Then you have to test your pricing for those solutions. Then after you test that, you have to figure out how to do the fulfillment side of the business so that they don't cancel right away. And so the one that most people struggle with, and it makes sense because it is a lot harder. Like health is easy. Eat single ingredient foods, get enough sleep, move your body. Really simple, right? It's not that hard. But the finance side, you're like, dude, I have to take into account hundreds, if not thousands of people I don't even know and try to figure out how to serve them in a way that is worth them paying me the amount of money I want to make. But even in business, it's like you just look around. It's like there was a guy who's like, hey, man, People keep just walking right in my door. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm going to make a little thing that makes it so people can't just walk in. Like they'd have to break the door down in order to get in here. That's called the doorknob. Somebody else is like, man, it's really hard to figure out if my hair looks good or not. It's really hard to figure out, like, what I look like to make sure I don't look stupid before I go out to this important meeting. That guy made a mirror. So it's like you just look. And the cool thing about the world we live in today, I know people that make money selling license plates on eBay. I know a guy who's making 20 grand a month, and all he does is buys license plates at police auctions off of vehicles. He just buys the license plate, not even the car, and then he lists them on eBay and sells them for like 50 bucks a pop because people want specific license plates. They have lucky numbers or specific phrases they like and stuff like that. He's like, people like this. I can find them. I'll sell them. And the cool thing is, you can do this with license plates. You can do it with doorknobs. You can do it with, blankets. Great example. Anybody here is completely capable of doing this. A lot of blankets, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of blankets are made with plastic now. They have all these different plastic fibers that they weave into the blanket itself. And the thing that's crazy about this is if you wear clothes that have plastic on them, especially around your genitals, it'll actually make you infertile. So, is it even better to be sleeping with that kind of blanket on top of you? Probably not. So, you can make a blanket. So, on the finance side, you just have to go back to being a little kid again, to just being willing to try stuff and be, adventurous and curious. When it comes to family and relationships are easy. Just be good to people. Ask to help them when they need help. If they don't need help, just be there to support them. And the reality is, all of these parts of your life, whether or not you feel like your life is meaningful, how well you have relations with your family, how much money you make, how good of shape you're in, how much energy you have, all of these things can be radically simplified that you're like, okay, I'm going to eat these 5 foods per day. I'm going to do these 5 activities to make money. I'm going to have this one thing I do every day for family and this one thing I do every day for friends. And then I'm going to give myself an hour to do things that make me feel fulfilled. And it's super cool because that system's easy to implement. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. You have a few things for your health, a few things for your business, a few things to have a good family, and a few things to just feel fulfilled and happy. And you just do those every day. And then throughout the holidays, you don't have to think to yourself like, oh, I need all this time off, because all of the things that take the most time have been simplified, and all of the things that don't make the 4 areas of your life better have just been removed. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. For those of you that hopped in, I know Sean and Rosa came in, and another guy, I think his name was Kevin. Appreciate you jumping in. I'm going to post this on my channel. I'd be happy to engage with you guys. Go subscribe. I'm doing this literally every day, just sharing the stuff I've learned from guys that are incredibly successful, way more successful than I am at this point in my life. And I just want to see this come to fruition for you guys, that you guys can utilize this stuff. Simplify your diets, simplify your businesses, simplify what you do to make your family healthy and happy, and just give yourself time to be fulfilled daily.